Hi everyone, Sam here. It's great to see you all. Welcome. I want to talk about something today that I think is one of the most important concepts for you to grasp on your journey to becoming a fantastic IT consultant. We're going to be diving into the knowledge point K30, which is all about how consulting interfaces with project management, business analysis, and business management. Now, I know that can sound like just a list of job titles, a bit of corporate jargon. But I promise you, by the end of our session today, you'll see it as a map. A map that shows you exactly where you fit in and how you provide unique value. I like to think of the IT consultant not just as another cog in the machine, but as the golden thread. You are the connector. You are the one who ties all these different roles together to make sure the final result is exactly what the business needs. Understanding these links is crucial because it stops you from working in a silo. It ensures that when you give advice, it's advice that can actually be built by the project manager, detailed by the business analyst, and valued by the business manager. Let's break this down using my scaffold and ascend method. K30 asks us to understand the interface between four key areas. Think of this as an ecosystem. It's not enough to just know what a project manager does. The key word here is interface. How do you talk to them? What do they need from you? What do you need from them? First, there's consulting. That's you. Your role is often strategic. You are diagnosing the problem and recommending the best solution. Then we have project management. Their focus is delivery. They care about timelines, budgets, and scope. They turn your recommendation into reality. Next is business analysis. They are the detail experts. They take your high-level solution and break it down into specific, functional requirements. Finally, business management. These are the stakeholders. They own the problem you are solving, and they care about the value and the outcome. Let's look at the first interface, you and the project manager. I call this the vision to reality handover. Your job as a consultant is to define the what and the why. You design the solution that solves the business problem. The PM's job is to define the when and the how much. They take your design and figure out how to build it within the budget and timeline. The most common friction point here is scope. You might design a perfect, comprehensive solution. The PM might say, "We can't afford that," or "That will take too long." Your success strategy here is alignment. You need to work with the PM to balance the value of your solution against the constraints of delivery. You help them understand why certain features are critical, and they help you understand what is realistic to build. Next is the interface with the business analyst. This is the strategy to detail translation. As a consultant, you are often working at a high level. You set the roadmap. You say, "We need a cloud-based CRM system to improve sales efficiency." The BA then takes that and goes into the weeds. They define the specific user stories. As a salesperson, I need to log a call within 3 clicks. This relationship is symbiotic. You cannot be successful without them. You need the detailed analysis to prove that your high-level strategy will actually work on the ground. And they need your strategy to ensure their requirements are pointing in the right direction. The best way to manage this interface is through collaboration. Don't just hand off a document. Run workshops together. Ensure the detail aligns with the vision. Finally, we have the interface with business management. This is the most critical relationship for your career. This is the trust and value conversation. Here, you are the trusted advisor. They are the decision maker. They have the budget and the problem. Your vital role here is translation. You must stop talking about servers and code and start talking about business value. Return on investment, ROI, efficiency gains, risk reduction. Their role is to give you the mandate and the goals. Your goal with this interface is to move from being just a supplier of technology to being a strategic partner who understands their business. When you can speak their language, you become invaluable. So, why do we call you the golden thread? Look at the diagram again. You are often the only person who has a foot in all 3 camps. You start with the business manager to define the value. You work with the business analyst to define the requirements. And you support the project manager to ensure delivery. You are the guardian of the value. If the project starts to drift or the requirements get too complicated, you are the one who can say, "Hang on, does this still solve the business manager's original problem?" That is your unique power. You ensure the strategic intent is maintained all the way through to delivery. Let's see this in action. Imagine a client wants to upgrade their finance system, an ERP. First, you interface with business management. You don't just sell them software, you explain the ROI of moving to the cloud and how it aligns with the growth strategy. Then, you interface with the project manager. You use your technical knowledge to advise on a phased migration approach that minimizes operational risk, helping them build a realistic plan. Simultaneously, you interface with the business analysts. You explain the standard capabilities of the new cloud system so they don't waste time writing requirements for custom features that aren't needed. The outcome: because you managed these interfaces, the project delivers the actual business benefit the managers wanted, it fits the PM's timeline, and the BA create a usable spec. I want to be realistic. These interfaces aren't always smooth. They create friction. The PM wants it done fast. The BA wants every detail documented. Management wants it done cheaply. And you want the highest quality solution. Your skill here is conflict resolution through trade-offs. You use tools like the iron triangle of project management, time, cost, quality, to explain the consequences of decisions. You might say to the manager, we can meet the PM's aggressive deadline, but it means we have to reduce the scope of the BA's requirements, which creates a risk to the business value. Navigating these conflicts objectively is a key part of your consulting role. For your portfolio, K30 is a great opportunity to show your stakeholder management skills. Use the STAR method. Situation: the client needed a new CRM system, but the requirements were vague and the project was stalling. Task: I needed to align the high-level business goals with the technical delivery team. Action: I facilitated a joint workshop. I invited the business manager to state the goals and the business analyst to ask detailed questions. I acted as the translator between them. I then took the agreed requirements and sat with the project manager to phase them into a realistic delivery plan. Result: the project was approved and eventually delivered 10% under budget because we avoided scope creep. Reflection: I learned that the consultant's role as a translator is essential for maintaining project momentum. If you are writing your major project report, K30 applies directly to your stakeholder analysis or governance section. Don't just list names. Explicitly identify who played the PM, BA, and business management roles, even if one person held multiple roles. Describe how you interacted with them. Write sentences like, I aligned my technical recommendation with the project manager's risk register to ensure feasibility, or I validated the user stories with the business analyst to ensure they met the strategic objectives. This shows the assessor that you understand the professional ecosystem you are operating in. To conclude, remember that as an IT consultant, you are not an island. Your technical brilliance is only useful if it can be delivered, detailed, and valued by the business. Your value is multiplied by how well you interface with project managers, business analysts, and business managers. Be the translator, be the guide, be the golden thread that ties it all together. If you can master these relationships, you will master the art of consulting. I challenge you to go into work tomorrow and just observe. Watch how these roles talk to each other. See if you can spot the friction points we discussed. It will change how you see your own role. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you now feel more confident in mastering this topic. If you found value in this session, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and follow our channel. It really means a lot to me and helps the algorithm show these lessons to other apprentices, just like you, who need support. Don't forget, you can download today's slides and the full transcript at www.mentorinai.com EPA Hub. While you are there, check out our mock interview and portfolio review services to make sure you are fully ready for your EPA. See you in the next video. Keep learning.